Hello everyone, I know I am not in my usual filming space. I currently have COVID and that's why you clicked on the video. But I have myself quarantining from my parents and the rest of the whole entire household, so I can't get to my filming equipment. But that being said, it has been a week, let me tell you. It was very scary for a couple of days. I started filming when I started to feel better, of course, just because it was too much when I was too sick. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I tried my best to show you my hospital room and how the whole COVID situation works. So I love you all. Also, thank you so much for 7,000 subscribers. We're so close to 10,000. Only 3 more thousand to go. We got this, guys. All right, I love you so much and enjoy the video. Hello everyone. I was really contemplating if I should record this as a vlog. Hold on. So I'm in the hospital currently battling COVID. This came out of nowhere about 2 days ago. I felt completely fine in the morning, and as the day went on, I started to get a little bit of a headache and a sore throat. And I had a fever, and since I'm an oncology patient, I have to go to the emergency room every single time I have a fever. So we went to the emergency room, we did a COVID test, and it turned out to be positive, and then things kind of happened quickly. Started coughing, I couldn't taste anymore, I lost my smell, every symptom that you could possibly get in the book. And today I'm feeling a little bit better. I decided that I'm going to vlog my experience as I'm in here. I think, this is a pandemic going on, and whatever I can do to show people the experience of what I'm experiencing. And I don't know what I'm trying to say right now, but enjoy. You have to walk through a room before you can get into this room. And people have to put on their suits before they come in. They have to, get sterilized and all that fun stuff. And then they can come through the door and be in here. And this room has a certain, a certain pressured air. I forget what it's called. It's like negative pressure or something like that. So that's my machine over there. I was getting fluids and antibiotics, and I'm off of it for a little bit. And there's my monitor. And then we have my bed. And then we don't have tissues, so I have to use paper towels, so my nose feels awful. Alright, good morning. I guess I should say good afternoon because I just woke up. And I didn't just wake up, like an hour ago, and it's 12 o'clock. So right now I am getting antibodies to help me fight COVID. And a part of COVID is your symptoms start to get better, and then all of a sudden they just come back so much worse. I have my pulse ox on, and this can monitor my heart rate and my oxygen level. And then I have my heart monitor on, and we're doing blood pressures, but I don't have to keep my blood pressure cuff on. And then of course I have my PICC line. If you're fighting COVID and you were going to get the antibodies and you didn't have a PICC line, this would just go through your vein and do an IV. They're just monitoring to see if I get any allergies or any worsening symptoms. I'll show you what the bag looks like. Alright. That bag is just my fluids, and then over there is my antibodies. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer for you. Currently, hospital bed, but there we go. I really wanted to make an informative video since I am feeling better, but I'm going to go over the symptoms that I had and how I think I contracted it, and my first symptoms. Sunday, the 21st of February, I felt completely fine in the morning, literally completely fine. And as the day went on, I usually like to take a nap just because, cancer, you get tired. I woke up from my nap later in the day, around 6-ish, and my throat hurt. I had a fever of 102, and my head was hurting a little bit. And any single time I have a fever, I have to go to the hospital because I'm an oncology patient, and I also have a PICC line, so that puts me at risk for infection. I went to the hospital, and they did a COVID test, and I was a little nervous, but I wasn't thinking that I had it because my symptoms weren't too bad, and I've been so careful. But obviously going back and forth to the hospital, you can contract COVID easily. And we were sitting there, and then my symptoms started to get a little worse. My voice started to get really raspy, and I honestly could have I should have started singing some music then, you know what I mean? I had some rasp to my voice. But anyway, besides the fact, my throat started to get worse, and then my nose really started to run, and I got more congestion, and my head started to hurt more, and my fever just wasn't breaking. And we got there around 11-ish, and then I got my test back at 6 a.m. She walked in, and she just straight up said it, and she said, "So, your COVID test came back positive." And I literally felt like I was going to throw up, because that is my family and I's worst nightmare, especially when you're fighting cancer and your immune system isn't as strong. Fighting something is a lot harder, and I'm not saying obviously other people have had really hard COVID fights just being completely healthy, but it was really nerve-wracking. And my parents are in their 50s, and my grandmother also lives with us, so that was all circulating through my head. I told my dad to go home because he didn't have any COVID symptoms at the time, and I just didn't want him to contract it, obviously. So I'm in a special room. You have to walk through a certain room to even get to this room, and obviously everyone has to wear, suit up, but a lot of the people have their COVID vaccine right now. I'm going to go over the symptoms that I got the next day. I got a cough, I had congestion, I had a runny nose, headache, watery eyes, no taste, no smell, high heart rate, fever, I was dizzy, a lot of mucus, sore throat, and trouble hearing. Like, my hearing's gone in and out. And those are all the symptoms that I've had. The first 2 days were the worst. I was really nervous because I missed my parents, and I was sick, and I felt like a baby. I just was all over the place. And then they ended up giving me, it started with an R, it's something like remsidivine, but I'll put it in the description. And that actually seemed to really help me. Obviously, I still have a cough, I'm still congested, I still don't feel 100%, but I'm feeling a lot better. And I'm glad that I'm able to make this video to educate you all. So I will update you throughout my day, and I'm gonna give you a little hospital room tour and show you how everything works. Okay, so this is the room that you have to walk in before you come into our room. As you can see, there's all types of sanitary precautions, and those are the yellow robes that people have to put on before you come in. And this is just what it looks like. I can't really show you that much. I'm not allowed to open the door myself. Once you walk through the door, this is what it looks like. So over here is the nurse's station to log in. And then we have my infusion rod, which I'm currently not getting fluids, but I'm probably going to later. I will show you my bed area now. A key to self: if you ever stay in the hospital and you know you're going to stay in a long time, bring your own pillow and bring your own sheets. It just makes things feel more homey. Over here, I just have things charging. I have my computer charging, and I also had my phone charging. And over here is where they can monitor my heart, my pulse ox. They can monitor my heart rate, and they can also monitor, I'm trying to think, my oxygen. Over here, we have a humidifier going, and this room is very dry. So this is kind of like a key thing right now, so my lips don't keep drying out. That's the temperature. We can take my temperature, and over there. Over here we have our cabinets, and this is just where we keep our things. We actually have like a lot of storage, which is so important when you're staying in the hospital, because you tend to bring a lot of stuff when you're away for so long. This is a couch. Right now we have a part of it made into a bed. And this, I really like this, because in the hospital that I stayed in before, there wasn't actually a bed. My mom had to sleep in a chair, and my dad had to sleep in a chair. This over here is a lot bigger. Obviously, if you put that one down, it turns into a queen size bed, which is amazing. Here's a little view out the window. I actually have a view this time, so that's really nice. I think it's so pretty. Here's Boston. I thought I would throw in a time lapse of the view out my window. And I actually spent a lot of time looking out the window just because I was so bored. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this little cute little video. Over here is our kitchen area. We have a little kitchen table. I call it our kitchen area, but honestly there's just shelves and we keep things. So we keep our snacks in here, our ramen over here, our Tupperware over here. In here we have a safe, which I didn't put anything in because the nurses here are great and very trustworthy. And up here we have a little gaming console. Here's our refrigerator, and we don't have much food in there, but we have tons of drinks. Actually, I've gone through the drinks. I'm trying so much to stay hydrated. Over here is my nightstand. Now, let's go into the bathroom.
You dropped a wire.
That wire came off of me.
To the floor too.
So we have a lot of counter space here. We just keep our toothbrushes here, our deodorant, my face cream. And here I have some makeup, but I don't even have eyelashes anymore, and I'm just not feeling well enough to put on anything. Since I have an amputated leg, we got a really nice handicap bathroom. This is the shower. It's so nice. You have 3 options. For some reason down there turns on, but we have this little shower hose that comes detached. And then we have the shower head, and then that down here, and then here's the bench. Here is where we keep our shampoo, and then our towels. And then we literally have a trash can full to the top, literally, of just like from us sneezing and having to use a tissue. And then over here's the toilet, the beautiful toilet, and of course we have a pole for help, and then we also have a pole for help over here. I lost the footage to the part where I say I got my PICC line removed. Since I have to stay home and quarantine for the next 20 days, it didn't make sense to keep the PICC line inside of me just because I wouldn't be using it. So the next footage is my PICC line coming out, and it's a little gross because it's a tube getting pulled out of my arm. But if you're not, you know, good with that stuff, I would just skip until the end of my video. Okay.
So you can start it and then you'll flip that on. Okay. Now, I'm going to slowly take it up. Do you feel anything?
Not really, no. Ooh, that feels weird. It's all the way up here in like my neck area. Holy crap.
You did it. That's it.
All right, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry I didn't do an outro at the hospital. I just completely forgot, and when I found out that I could leave, of course, I was so excited. I am feeling a lot better now. I still have a lot of congestion, and I still have a cough, but other than that, everything's gone away. Hopefully my next video is going to be a singing video, but other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.